In this video tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 tricky tips to improve your WordPress website speed easily. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you additional resources which you can use, as well as extra tips and tricks. So without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first step of this particular method. So beginning with the first step, what I want to do is to first of all make sure that I logged in to my cPanel account or cPanel dashboard and logged in inside of my WordPress website. So I'll come directly inside of my cPanel here. First, I want to log in to my account here, and you can see here I will move to this hosting area and make sure that I logged in to my cPanel by going to the cPanel area. Of course, there are several ways you can log in to your cPanel. The idea here is just to make sure that you logged in to your cPanel account, and you can see that I'm being redirected to my cPanel. So once I've been logged in inside of my cPanel, what you're going to do as the first step, inside of the cPanel area, you're going to see a section that says Tools. You're also going to see a section that says Files. And you can see it here, Files. And there is another area here that says Security. And I will begin here with the first, this area here that says Security. And in the Security area, I want to make sure of this particular section here that says Hot Link Protection. I'll click on the Hot Link Protection, and this is going to bring me here, and you can see Hot Link Protection is currently disabled. For you to enable it, then you need to click on the Enable button. If I click on Enable, you're going to see that it's going to be enabled, and these URLs will be for referrals, as you can see. And of course, you can now see that my Hot Link Protection has been enabled. And to know what specifically is this for, I want to read this text highlighted here. You can see Hot Link Protection prevent other websites from directly linking to files as specified below on your website. Other sites will be able to link to any file type that you don't specify below. That is either HTML file, and of course, an example of hot link or an example of hot linking will be using a IMG tag to display an image from your site from somewhere else on the net. And you can see that the end result is that other site is stealing your bandwidth, and this is going to cause a reduction in the website speed of your site. And for you to prevent this, you need to make sure that you enable hot link protection. So what this simply means, once you have some images inside of your website, what other people do is they come to copy the IMG, or they come to copy what we call the IMG code and place on other locations around the web. And this causes an internal weight or weight onto your server, bringing down your website speed. So for you to disable this from happening, you need to make sure that you enable hot link protection. And when you enable this hot link protection, your site speed will be saved. So the next way you can increase your website speed using the tricky method is to make sure that you come to this area here that says Tools. Under the Tools area, from within your cPanel, you're going to see a section that says Softaculous App Installer. You want to make sure that you click on it directly, and once you do that, you're going to see a front page that looks like this. You want to make sure that you look directly on this menu bar, which you can see here. You have installations, you have outdated installations, and you have backups. There is an area here, for example, you need to make sure that you'll be checking this area. And once you see outdated installations, you have to make sure that you put it up to date, because installations that are out of date causes a weight down of, or put a weight onto your site, making the speed to reduce. And for you to make sure that you avoid this from happening, you need to update installations. And once you do that, you want to make sure that you logged in inside of your WordPress website and see how you have to find those installations which have been outdated, and move ahead to make sure that you logged in and update all those outdated installations of plugins. Of course, there will be some plugins within here that are already out of date. Once you start seeing notification from within this area of your WordPress, which shows that you have some outdated installation, you want to make sure that you logged in inside of your WordPress dashboard and locate an area that says plugins and find all those plugins and locate all those plugins which are out of date and make sure that you go ahead to update those plugins. Or still, you can make sure that you just click directly on the area that says outdated installation and you'll be able to see what are the installation plugins that are outdated, and you make sure that you go ahead to update those installations. For you to improve on this, then of course you need to make sure that you update all those outdated plugins so that your site will be up to date and functioning great. Another pro tip is to make sure that you go ahead to uninstall all those plugins which you are not using, which have been installed as a plugin to your site. Of course, there are some sites that have a lot of plugins which have been installed onto their site, but they are not using those plugins, or those plugins even have no use. You want to make sure that you go ahead to find those plugins which you don't even use at all, but are being installed onto your site. Make sure to deactivate and uninstall all of those plugins which are just there for no purpose. Uninstall them and free your site from this weight and improve your speed. Another way you can improve your site speed is to make sure that you locate this area from within your cPanel that states in this area that says Advanced. And under the Advanced tab, you're going to see something here that says Lightspeed Web Cache Manager. You want to click on it directly, and once you do that, you're going to see this area displayed to you like this. And once this has been displayed, what you want to do is to make sure that you locate this button here that says Flush All and click on the Flush All area and set OK and make sure that you flush. And this, what will happen is you're going to see this will clear the cache for all on LS Cache enabled site. And if you would like to flush LS Cache for a single site, please do so through the administrator backend dashboard from that site. Of course, this is very relevant, and for you to flush all those LS Cache so that it's going to free your site from those weight, then you need to come to this flush all button to click on it and flush. You can see my cache has, that is, cache files successfully flush. And once you do this, of course, those cache files which are making your site speed to be very slow, it is going to clear it off and improve the speed of your site very significantly. But as a pro tip, before you want to flush your site like this, make sure that you go ahead to back up your site so that if there are any errors, then you want to make sure that you reinstall it back from the way it was and try to flush it from within the site itself using the plugin which has been installed. And for you to back up your site, what you want to do is to make sure that you come from within your cPanel dashboard. Just come here. Let me go to my dashboard end. And from here, you want to make sure that you come to this Softkulo app installer, click on it directly, and you're going to see something that looks like this. You can see now I don't have any outdated installation again because it has been fixed, and this is very relevant for you to back up your files. So what you want to do is to come here to this WordPress and click on the WordPress area. You can see here, and once you do that, you're going to see this area. You will see this section here that says current installation. From this area, just make sure that you locate this area here that says backup, a small file. Click on that small file area and just scroll right down to the bottom of this page, and you're going to see backup installation. Just click on it directly. What is going to happen is your website will be backed up completely. And once it is backed up completely and arrived 100%, then you can now go ahead to see how you can flush the cache files just as I've mentioned. And once you flush it, now go to see how you can load your site. And if there are any errors, then it is very easy for you to back up your site the way it was without errors. So for you to restore your site, you can see I've already flushed my site. Let me try to load that website from the front end. Let me come and load that from the front end. Let's check that. So from the front end, let me try to open this from the front end. Let me go to the site itself. And based on the flush, my site is still very great. There is nothing wrong with it. You can see it is still very good. There is nothing wrong with it. And so I can now stay like that without me needing to restore. But if you notice that the front page is not as it was and there are some errors, then what you want to do is to make sure that you come directly from within this area or from within this place where you have done the backup. Just locate this area, this small file, click on it, and you're going to see a section from this area that says the most recent backup that you have. You're going to see it. This is it here. Just come back to this arrow button and click on restore. Once you click on the restore button, what is going to happen is just come here and click restore installation, click on OK, and of course that site will be restored the same way as it was. And so these are some of the tricky ways you can use to improve the site speed of your website significantly just by using these 3 simple tricks. I will still be coming up with another video tutorial to share with you other methods you can use to improve your website speed significantly using some other tricks which I'll be sharing with you in the next video tutorial. So you want to make sure to go ahead to like and subscribe so that you are going to stay updated to new tutorials once they are being published. Bye bye for now and see you again in the next upload.